ahead and hit record on the call. So we're going to start. We're going to go over all of the Success Lab tracking system and the group and how to get you guys started. But yeah, I wanted to just like do some introductions really fast, just because we're going to be working really closely together. So the more we know about each other, the better.
Oh, I'm so bad at this kind of stuff. I'm Stephanie. Hello. Let's see. I wonder if I can turn. Most importantly, this is my cute dog, Tuck Tuck.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
I mean, Ellen knows this already, but I've like dabbled in different Beachbody programs, and I'm just like, I'm getting married in May, so I like need some strict accountability. And for me, the way to be accountable is to have other people that are that like need me or that I'm helping. And so that's kind of why I decided to try and do the coaching thing. I'm a little nervous about it, but we'll see.
Yay! Yeah, it's all about just like diving in there, and like it's okay if you guys don't have the answers right away, and like you guys aren't expected to know how to do any of this. I literally had no idea what I was doing when I started coaching 4 years ago. So as long as you're open to learning and doing the things and figuring out like how it works best for you, trial and error, because like there's no right or wrong way to do stuff. It's all about just like finding what works really good for you, and especially with like your schedule too.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I really want to talk to you guys about today is, doing the basic coach activities every single day, how to get started with doing those and how to fit it into your busy lives, because I think everybody in this chat group that we're doing works full time. I also work full time as well now. I was a full-time coach for about 10 months last year. And I was so lucky enough to be able to work my business to a point where I was able to do that. But I realized that working and really makes me happy. Doing things, outside of the house make me really happy. So luckily I've been able to go back and like do that. So now I'm in the same boat as you guys, which is one of the other reasons why I wanted to put this together, so that we really can like grow together. And I really want to help you guys get what you want out of this whole coaching experience. And that will look different for everyone. If you might absolutely love your job. And that does not mean that you need to like work towards becoming a full-time coach or anything like that. We all have very different goals. My very first goal was to make just an extra $500 a month for my husband. And I had to pay down his student loan debt. And like quickly that evolved to something a lot more. But I want you guys to really think about like what you want to get out of this coaching experience, and then make a small goal that is like achievable, but will require some work to get there. That's like the easiest way to get some fire under your booties to like start doing the things. Because I'm gonna go over a whole lot of things on this call for you guys and really map out what each activity looks like. But it's important before you do any of those things on your own to understand why you're doing it in the first place and what you want to get out of it. Because that's like what drives all of us in life and in anything that we pursue. So hopefully you have a fitness goal you're working on. I know we're all working on our own goals, but take something that's a different goal outside of fitness. It could be an income goal. It could be, I want to help this many people. I want to make this type of impact. Make it really big. This is one of the very first things in the new coach training that I'm pretty sure all of you guys are in, or you've probably looked at it already. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys how to find all these things first and make it super, super, super simple. And then I will go into the actual like meat of the call, which is gonna be going through all the business activities on the success tracker. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. This is gonna be more of like an educational watch me do kind of thing. So let's see if I can share my screen. Share, okay, cool. Here's my Facebook. Facebook, I have this plugin on here that is called Newsfeed Eradicator. If you don't have it already, get it. It eliminates my newsfeed on desktop, so I don't look at people's things, so I can be very focused in my activity. If I wasn't a coach, I joke about this, I literally would not use social media, but it's a part of our business, so we have to use social media. So if you are not comfortable on social media, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's a huge growth opportunity, and you learn a lot about yourself in the process. So your guys' home base is going to be Teen Feature Fire. This is where a ton of information is located. So this is the group that you all should be in. I'm pretty sure everyone's in it. What I really want you guys to do is, if you haven't done it already, go to the Teen Feature Fire New Coach University and go through the modules, because this is going to give you your foundation to your business. So literally when you get added to the group, you can see everything. You can go to the units right here and then start at the very top. It literally says start here. So I've created these posts to help you kind of figure out what you want out of your business, et cetera, et cetera. You can go ahead and click done when you're done with every single one of them. So there's quite a bit of information here, and it's everything you need to start talking to people, start having conversations, and to navigate the back office. So I won't go through all of it, but this is kind of the fun stuff, the first couple posts, and then the technical stuff. I walk you through the back office and everything like that. It's a really good video, so make sure you check it out. And then the thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the Success Lab system. So this is what I linked you guys to. Hopefully you watched it already. I'm going to show you where to find a printout of this. This is a list, a check off of everything that you should do every day to jumpstart your business. And it's not rocket science. It's super straightforward, but it is going to require a little bit of effort and planning and making sure that you have time during your day, even little pockets of time to get all that stuff done. So here is, and we'll bounce back and forth between Facebook. So, oh, I need to like move this tab. Okay, sorry. Let me move this guy down below. Okay, that's better. Okay, so Coach Online Office. This is like your home base. So to get there, go to coach.teambeachbody.com, sign in, and then I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll do my main business center. You can see everything. I have 2 business centers because I've reached a certain rank in the business where you can open up a second one and earn basically like double income. Don't worry about that. We will cover that later. That is way down the road. Okay, so this is your Coach Office. Yay! So I go over this in the video. Hopefully you've already logged on to here and you kind of know a little bit about it. But what you guys need to look at right now is going to be training. So this tab has every single thing that you could possibly want under the sun. So I'm going to click on the Success Lab system. And then we're going to go to the Success Lab system activity tracker. This is where you can find your PDF document and print it out. So this is something that you can do every single week, and this is the basis of our chat group. So our chat group is literally just making sure that we all check off all of our boxes every single day and holding each other accountable. That's literally all that we're doing here to get you guys comfortable with working your businesses, and then for myself and then Joey and some of the more experienced coaches, creating that consistency or regaining that consistency. So I'm going to go over every single item on here for you guys. I print one of these out every single week. You can print out a couple at a time if you want to. Have a little binder to track things. Week of, pardon me, sorry, I just like had some sparkling water, a little burpee. National Wake Up Call, NWC. That is, oh, and you can check things off depending on your computer. Oh, look at that. Oh, you can type things in too. So like this would be like September 16th. And what I like about this is you can actually start your week whenever. So if you want to start on Mondays, boom, start on this tab right here. If you want to start on Thursday, which is the first day of our pay week, we get paid every single Thursday. Yay! Awesome. It's super great having a little bit of extra money in your bank account every single Thursday. I can tell you that. Pick whatever day of the week you want to start. And then NWC is the National Wake Up Call. Mondays at 8 a.m., they go live on Team Beachbody Coach 411 page. And I have been better about it lately. I will link you guys to that call every single Monday so you can just make sure to go onto the live stream. You can check it out whenever, honestly. You don't have to be on at 8 a.m. Nobody is going to, it's literally like check in on Monday at some point. The calls normally last about 30 to 45 minutes. The first 10 minutes of it is all recognition. It's really exciting to listen in on that and, imagine your name getting called for rank advancements and stuff like that, but don't worry too much about it. You can always just like skip forward so you can get to the meat of it. I like to listen to the National Wake Up Call on my way to work. or on my way home, or on my lunch break, or just like whenever I have an extra time to listen to something. I used to listen to calls all the time at my desk, at my old desk job, when I could just plug my earphones in and just do that. So that was really helpful to kind of multitask, just fit it in at some point, preferably on Monday, but earlier on in the week, if you can't do it on Monday. And then team calls. So our team calls have been many different days of the week, and I'm in the middle of restructuring our team call days. So that's going to TBD, but our team calls will probably be moving to Wednesday evenings around 7 o'clock as well. So plan on that kind of being our team call day, and that's where we can all come together, chit chat. I'll do a training. We can get pumped up. We can talk about new stuff happening. They're normally structured into some type of training or some type of like motivation session. Next, your why. This is what you're going to get out of the new coach training. So there's a whole module and exercise to help you determine what your why is. Kind of what I talked about at the beginning of this call. Figuring out why you're doing all these activities. What is your purpose for your coaching business? Type that in there, write it in there. And then this next section is your target market. So it's really important to figure out who you're speaking to in your posts and the types of people that you want to help with your coach business and attract. Typically, the people that you're going to attract and help are the people who are similar to where you're at right now in your business, and in your fitness and just in your life in general. So think about some of the attributes that you would use to describe yourself. For instance, for me right now in this season in my life, I'm married, I don't have kids, I'm doing a lot of DIY projects around my house, so I can talk a whole lot about that and connect with people that are homeowners. I work in the wine industry, and so I can connect with hospitality people, have something in common with them, and I'm a dog and cat mom. I love cats and dogs. I volunteer at the animal shelter. So some of these really similar attributes are what you really want to use and think about in your head, like who can I connect to in my posts? What kind of things can I share? What do I have to offer the world right now and other people that are like me? Because those are going to be the people that are most interested in what you have to say and how you can really help them, and you're going to connect with them a whole lot. So keep those things in mind. It's going to come into really, it's going to really benefit you when you do your daily posts. So number one, be proof the products work. That is like seriously etched in stone tablets. Like you have to be on your fitness journey and doing the things to get results in order for your business to work. Your body is your business. That's something that my sponsor told me years ago, and it's totally true. When you're feeling really good about your routine, if you're totally feeling yourself and knowing that you're showing up for yourself every single day, that's going to help you show up for other people. It's going to help you want to show up for other people. It's going to help you want to help other people. So make sure to always help yourself first and foremost. So tracking your workout and drinking your Shakeology. That should be a given, considering that everybody's in a challenge group right now. It's part of logging, your daily activity in there. Your workout syncs to the challenge group. You're all taken care of there. Make sure you drink your Shakeology every day too, or have some type of nutritional product from the nutrition line. Shakeology is honestly, from a volume perspective and from a commission perspective, it's one of the most solid products you can build your foundation for your business on, considering that it's a monthly subscription that people subscribe to and they get a challenge pack, and the residual income from that is huge too. So if you're not currently drinking Shakeology and talking about it, then I highly suggest you get on that. Or you can talk about the performance line too. There's a lot of different options, but those two things are really, really, really big. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're walking the walk and talking the talk. Okay, and if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself. You can stop me at any time. I know I'm throwing a lot of info your way. You can also type questions in the chat box too. Okay, this is the big kahuna section, all right? So I want you to look at this and not get intimidated. These are the things that might seem kind of scary to you right now because you probably haven't done any of these things before, like ever in your life on social media. But once you start doing them, they become easy and fun and effortless. So I'm going to go over every single one with you guys. The first one initiate connections, and add followers. And I'm actually going to do this. So I'm going to go over the sheet first, and then we're going to do the things together, and you can watch me. If you have to hop off, totally fine. Feel free to. It's being recorded, but I want to make sure that I show you guys how to do all this. Initiate connections and add followers. So this is going to be on Facebook and on Instagram. The easiest way for you to start conversations with people are going to be your warm market right now. Your warm market is everybody you know in your life. And before you go off and say, oh, I don't know anybody who would want to do this with me, I call BS. The average person has about 300 acquaintances in their life, whether they're connected on social media or not. I can tell you that as women, we have a lot of women friends. We have a lot of people in our lives who want to lead healthier and happier and more fulfilling existences, right? Like every time, you log on to Facebook or Instagram, it seems like somebody's, saying, oh man, like I got to start over. I had a bad weekend, or, oh, I really want to tone up. Like everybody and their mother wants to tone up, right? There's so many people. So it's important for you to dig into the connections you have currently, and that's the easiest way for you all to start. But I will also say that eventually you need to start creating new connections as well. And so the sooner you start doing that, if you make it part of your daily routine now, before you even get started with your warm market of people, you're going to be so much better off, a couple months down the road. So you don't have to start from square one. So initiating those things is really important. I'll show you how to do that on Facebook and on Instagram. It's super simple. Next, do a social media post that showcases the benefits of your healthy lifestyle or has a call to action. So you should be posting on Instagram and on Facebook at least once a day, if not more than that. When I first started coaching 4 years ago, it was basically like required to be in people's news feeds to post like 3 to 5 times a day. I didn't do a whole lot on Instagram. Facebook was my jam, still kind of is my jam. I love Instagram too though now. And I was posting 3 to 5 times a day. Like I was creating a lot of content and posting just anything and everything out there, just putting myself out there. Now things have kind of shifted where Facebook stories and Instagram stories are really like a big hot thing right now. And so while that's going to be a part of this activity, I don't want you to discount posting. You must post because not everybody is going to read your stories or look at your stories. So think about one post that you can make each day that's going to help and add value to people who are going to be following you on this journey, which is everyone on your social media currently, plus the new people that you haven't connected with yet. It can be something as simple as literally doing a sweaty selfie after you work out and telling people how much you loved your workout, what you struggled with, what you found, and what kind of day you're gonna have. I'll show you guys some examples of former posts that I've done on my Facebook so you can kind of draw some inspiration from that. But it's very simple. You just have to speak from the heart. And then a call to action is super simple. It's like, drop a comment below if you wanna join me. Something very, very basic. Does not have to be intimidating or salesy, and it should always sound like you too. Okay, next, update Instagram and Facebook story throughout the day. So you should take like a couple minutes to create each story. And a lot of you guys already do your stories. Like I follow you guys, I see what you're putting out there. So it's really about just refining your messaging and your story. Remember, you're always gonna be putting information out there. So you should be doing something in each category every single day. Daily life, that could be walking your dog or going to the store, going to Home Goods or wherever you like to go, grabbing a coffee. Maybe you're doing a huge pile of laundry and you hate it. You can talk about that on your stories. This is kind of like your behind the scenes of your life, okay? Workout clips. So definitely do a quick workout clip every single day. Remember, we are helping people get fit and healthy through fitness and nutrition. So it's important to show that we're actually doing the work also, and that you know how to do a lunge. And it doesn't have to be, a huge like instructional video because we're not fitness trainers, we're not nutritionists, we're literally just everyday people, working out for ourselves and helping other people do it too. So what I like to do is after I'm done with my workout in the morning, I will take a very, very quick clip on my phone. I do my iPhone video. I don't do Instagram or anything like that. I just take an actual raw video. And then I do one move, at least one move, sometimes two. Don't do more than two. It's just too much. One or two of your favorite moves. And I'll edit it down to a 15-second clip, which is very easy to do on your phone. It gets easier as you do it too. I can do it very quick now. It took me a little bit to learn. But I do that, and then I just throw it up on my story. And if you have that link to your Facebook, then you don't even have to post it twice. You can link it straight through, and you just have to do it once. Product use. Don't ever share the product name. We want to create, it's called attraction marketing. So I'm drinking my Shakeology in a cup, in my shaker cup, and it says Shakeology along the side. I'm going to turn that cup so that Shakeology isn't being shown, and it's in my shaker cup, okay? Capiche? Because what are people going to do when they see the product name, or when they see you share the product name? They're going to go and Google it and create their own opinion about, what you're doing before you even have an opportunity to talk to that person to see if it would be a good fit for them. So avoid using product names. Instead, use something creative. Like for Shakeology, I like to call it my superfoods, or my daily dose of dense nutrition. Or for Energize, I like to call it sunshine juice or go-go juice, or if you're a mom, you can call it mom crack. I see a lot of people using that phrase. Think of something that's going to be creative and funny, that would be interesting to you, and call it that instead. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just sub something out. Then people are going to be like, oh, what's your sunshine juice that you keep calling it? I see you post about that every day. What is that? You want to create this consistency. So by doing all of these different sections in your Instagram story, it doesn't take very long either. You're going to create that consistency that people can expect from you, and then they're going to know what you're about and ask you questions. Or when you invite them to your challenge group or to your team, they're going to know what you're talking about because you're doing the things. Same thing with healthy meal or meal prep. So this also keeps you accountable if you struggle with nutrition. You got to get a healthy meal in so you can share it. Here's my salad, or here's what I chose to have for breakfast versus what I used to have. You can even do a quick talk video about it. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Your food does not have to look perfect. Okay, it's Instagram stories. It's not a published magazine. If your food looks like crap, it's okay. You can actually joke about that and say, yeah, my food looks gross, but it tasted really good, and it's gonna help me get my results that I want. So here it is. When people see what we're eating and how flexible all the nutrition plans are, then they're able to really paint a picture for themselves and see how what you're doing and what you're sharing in your story can fit into their life also. Especially if you're talking to your target market, you're painting this whole picture of what you're doing and how that can help them too. Hope that makes sense. The last two, invitation or promote group, or a call to action or a poll. So this can mean a whole lot of different things. An invitation is like saying, hey guys, I'm running my brand new challenge group for fall, and I'd love to invite you to be a part of it. If you're in it, go ahead and drop your email below. Or promoting a group, you can be sharing before and after photos of people. You can be talking about the bullet points of our challenge groups. You can talk about Beachbody On Demand. A poll or a call to action is something that's asking people to take an action. So if you say a poll, you can say, would you like some information about what I'm doing? Yes or no, or yay or nay. You want to do two positives instead of a yes or no, but I'll go a little bit more into detail about that later. And then recognition or shout out. So recognition is huge in this community. I remember the first time that my coach recognized me, and I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. So you can either recognize people based off of their before and after progress photos. You can shout out someone in your challenge group who's keeping you accountable or inspiring you, or if someone in our group will post a recipe or a healthy picture, or did something awesome, I'll screenshot that and share that and shout them out. So think about how you can recognize someone in your life. It could be someone who isn't even part of your challenge group yet, but it's just awesome, like your husband or something. It doesn't have to be verbatim the same thing all the time. You can get creative with it, but it feels really good when you shout people out and spread the love. So make sure to do that in some capacity on your story every single day. Okay, respond to all new likes, comments, or views. This is super simple, and as you can see on here, this is the longest activity. These timing Brackets are just suggestions as to how long approximately it could take you. It could take you longer. It could take you a shorter amount of time. It just depends. Don't see this 1 hour and 40 minutes and freak out and think, oh my God, there's no way I can do this. Like, I'm just not going to do it at all. Like, do what you can and do your best, forget the rest, okay? That's going to be our motto as you guys get in tune with doing these activities every single day, all right? It's not about being perfect. It's about doing your best and getting it done. And done is always better than perfect. Doesn't matter, you know, where you're starting from. Okay, so respond to new likes, comments, reviews. Super simple. Literally go on your last Facebook post, see everybody who liked it, and then you can comment. You can message them privately and say, thank you so much for liking my post. Oh my gosh, it means so much to me. How was your day? That's it. You just want to start conversations with people. That's how you're going to eventually invite people in your target market to do this with you. So start by just creating a conversation. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be, you know, a cold invite or sound salesy. You're not going to invite them right away unless it's something that is a call to action post. So if it's a call to action post where you're saying, look at my results, I'm doing my challenge group, I'm looking for, you know, my next group of people to do this with me, is that you? And they like it. Then you want to message them and say, hey, thanks so much for liking my post. I so appreciate it. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? If so, I'd love to help you, you know, or you can, we'll go over the invites. It's very simple, but hopefully you see the differentiation here. Someone comments. Make sure you respond to every single comment, okay? Because the more comments you have on a post, the higher you're boosted in the algorithm. And Facebook and Instagram have these weird algorithms where they won't show you the most recent things in your newsfeed. They'll show you the things that are the most popular. So the more likes and comments that you have, the greater chance people who are following you are going to see that in their newsfeed. Not everyone sees your post. And that's another reason why it's very important to post more than once a day, because nobody's going to see all of your posts all the time. People log on different times of the day. People are in different time zones. So you should never worry about posting too much or overwhelming people in your newsfeed. It's your newsfeed. It's your journey. You're here to do a business. You're here to build something awesome for whatever your why is. So don't worry about those things at all. I never have, and it's benefited me a whole lot. Okay, I only have 10 minutes left, so we might have to pick up. I'm gonna go over all of this, and then I will do a separate training if I have to. I probably will have to. It's okay. I just want to go over these things. Okay, invite XY people to join a challenge group or learn more about coaching. Super simple. I'll show you how to do that. It's easy. Follow up with people who you've invited. You can't do this action until you've invited people, so make sure you invite people so that you can follow up. There's a cycle to everything. They engage with you. You start a conversation. You connect about something. You invite, and then you follow up. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. There's people who I have literally invited like 15 times who don't respond at all ever, and then finally 2 years later, they're like, okay, let's do this. You never know. So following up is very important. Okay, get people results. Contribute to your challenge group. So if you don't have your own challenge group yet, it's totally fine. You can contribute to the one that you're currently in. You guys all are coaches, so you can make a post. You can flex your leadership muscles and say, hey guys, like, you know, I want to do a water challenge. Who wants to do this with me? Or here's a really inspiring quote that helps me get through the day today. Utilize your inspiring things that you're going to be posting on your newsfeed and add that into whatever challenge group you're in. And then you can start your own challenge group. Once you get at least like 1 or 2 people, you can have your own challenge group. There's no minimum to how many people you need to begin your own challenge group. And I think doing it yourself is so important because it gives you something to invite people to, and it kind of helps you, you know, have a fire under your booty. Like, if I don't invite people to this, then I'm not going to have anyone in my group. So I really need to get to doing these things. Recognize achievements. Again, that's the same thing that I talked about earlier on your stories. And then respond to questions from customers and coaches. Self-explanatory. This takes me literally like maybe 5 minutes every day. This is not difficult at all. Do personal development. This is so important. I will steal some minutes from this training because personal development is the glue that holds everything together. Your body and your nutrition and all of that is fantastic. But if your mindset isn't right, it will take you out of the game before the first inning even starts. So I want you guys all to engage in personal development. I want you guys all to pick up a personal development book or get an audio book, whatever kind of learner you are, and start with 15 minutes of that every single day. That has helped me out in my life so much. I wish that I had done personal development when I was like 18. But, unfortunately, they don't teach that in school, right? We all start later on in life with our personal development journeys. So one book that's really helpful is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I highly suggest that as your very first book. It's going to give you actionable things, and it's just so important. The concept in there is so important. It applies to every single area of your life, not just business. It's everything. It will change the way that you view your life. It definitely changed mine. So get The Compound Effect. If you'd like to, we can even do a book club. If everybody wants to read that, we can do a book club and we can, go through all that together. Let me know if you want to do that. Okay, weekly business results. You can track how many new followers you have, new challengers, new coaches. ST points at Success Club, we'll cover that later. What I really want you guys to do is just start talking to people, make your first open for business post, and get your feelers out there. Just get into action. Start this today or start tomorrow. Whatever it is, start a day in the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the very latest, okay? I'm gonna have to see these accountability posts in the group anyway, so make sure that we all get started on doing this. Okay, the back side of this, or the second page, is your tracker. So eventually you're gonna need to graduate from pen and paper to something else, but this is great to start. You can write down people's names, when you contacted them, any notes, and then whether or not you followed up and when did you follow up. You can do a date next to that. So this can help you keep track of all your contacts. I would aim to fill this up every single week. Don't let a week end without filling this up, because that's going to give you enough forward momentum and enough conversations to really get your business going and to have a cadence in all of your activities, right? Remember, inviting and following up and then rinsing and repeating. You're going to be able to get that kind of machine going if you fill this up all the way. Okay, we have a question. Yeah, Stephanie's down with the book club. Yeah, love it. Okay.
I just didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, what was your question?
Oh, no, that was it. I just didn't want to talk, so then it took me a while to find the thing. But yeah, I'm totally down for a book club if everyone else is. I love that.
Yay. Okay, cool. Yes, let's do it. I love it. Okay, so we only have 4 minutes left, so I'm going to show you guys some documents that are going to help you get started, okay? So this is all on Team Feed Your Fire, okay? This is where you guys are going to live, all right? I mean, live in your house, but like online, live on here. Okay, it's under the file section. So this guy right here, file section, easiest to look at this on a computer. I highly recommend getting on the computer and don't doing this on your phone if you can. It's just so much easier. Okay, so this is all the information I've compiled for you guys over the last 4 years. There is everything in here that you guys need. What you want to do is for inviting, if you're like, I have no idea what to send people to invite them, you can go under here, under quick and easy invite scripts. Boom. Here is a plethora of ideas for you. They literally sound super simple. You can customize it as you need to. You can copy and paste them, and you can send them all out. There's some that are general, and there's some that are more specific. Now, what I really want you guys to do is make your first open for business post. That's going to be the basis, because people need to know what you're inviting them to. If you don't make an open for business post and don't start sharing about your journey publicly via post, not stories, then people are going to be like, what is she talking about? Like, this is so weird. So you want to make sure that you're giving people information to engage with. When people like something, then that means that something about it piqued their interest, and it's up to you to reach out to that person and invite them to do this with us. People are not mind readers. They're not gonna flood your inbox and be like, oh my God, I wanna do this with you. Although that can happen, that definitely happens, but that's not the rule, that's the exception, that's not the rule. You need to make sure that you're putting content out there every day so that you can start conversations and then invite people. And if you're like, well, how do I do that? Like, how do I start a conversation? How do I transition to an invite? Don't worry about that. Make your post and then start reaching out, start conversations, and then I can help you from there. It's literally like a two-step process. I will reach out to somebody, start a conversation, ask a few questions, and then you say, oh, what do you do? Blah blah blah. And then, are you into health and fitness too? Great, like you should join my challenge group. Here's an invite. Super simple. I'm oversimplifying all of this because it does not have to be complicated. It's very, very easy. And then there's a few other examples. So if you go under, look at all this information too. By the way, take some time, go through all of it. It's very, very nice. Go under photos right here, and then go to albums, and then go to new coach post examples. Okay, 46 posts on here. These are a ton of examples that I've compiled over my journey and then other coaches' journey that you can pull from. Like, here's my open for business post. So we can just take some time to go through this, and you can take inspiration from it. You can take some sentences from it, tweak it, make it yours. Don't ever just blatantly copy and paste something, but make it your own, right? Because you want to speak to your audience. So go through that to give you some ideas, and then call to action, adding value. Go through all of these. There's conversation examples also. There's a ton in here for me to help you. Okay, guys, it's gonna kick me off. So I'm gonna end tonight's training here. Make sure that you print this out, and then starting tomorrow, I would like to see screenshots of these in the chat group. So thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate it. Love you guys. Can't wait to work with you. Let's crush this month. All right. Have a wonderful day, and message me in the chat if you have any questions. All right.